Good afternoon, this is David Wendell with BushcraftOnFire, and we're pleased to have you with us for another video. You know, everything in wilderness survival and self-reliance is not necessarily outside. And as you can see over my shoulder today, it's really raining. It's been pouring here for about 2 or 3 days. So we've got a project that we're going to do inside. And what we've done, our living room, we had a board underneath of our fireplace, and we're going to replace that with stone and with some cement board and grout. We're going to take you through the process and show you what we're doing. So come on, let's go over and get working on the fireplace. Alright, what we've done, we've taken our wood burning stove out, and we decided that we didn't want to have, we had an old beat up piece of steel under there with some insulation. What we're going to do is put some new floor in. First we put a concrete base down, and we had to take the electric outlet out and move that to the other wall. We're actually going to move that right over here, and then we went back in on top of the concrete board. We nailed that down to the subfloor, and then we put tile on there, and now we're about to grout the tile. Once we grout this tile, we'll have to let it set up for a few hours, and we should be able to put our stove back, reconnect it up to the chimney, and hopefully we'll be able to do all that before it gets too cold. Alright, right now I'm just stirring my grout up. We're going to go ahead and put that grout in between those tiles in just a few minutes, and we'll get a shot of that for you. So we're stirring this up. We're going to let it sit for about 10 minutes and re-stir it, and then apply it. Good old peanut butter jar. Alright, well, Dude got the box cut, and he has pulled the wire through. We wired this directly from the other outlet, which we moved on the other wall. So he's putting the box in right now, and then he's going to get some screws, and he's going to screw that in to the stud that's right on the side of the wall there. All the meantime being careful not to step on our new tile. What I'm doing, just throwing this grout down into the grout lines here, and we'll go over it in a few minutes, smooth it all out. Alright, so I'm just slopping this grout in here right now, and you professional grout layers can see I obviously don't know what I'm doing, but that's alright. We're going to get this job done. I'm just using a little trowel just to go in here. It's a small job, so shouldn't be any problem working that grout in there. I'll go back and just go across the top and let it dry out a bit, and then we'll go back and take our sponge to it once it dries out a bit. I'll let this thicken up just a bit. Put it on just a little thin probably, but it's alright, it's going to work. Alright, well, we're not professional grouters, but you can see it didn't turn out too awful bad. Tam is just starting to go back and wipe between the grouts right now, just wiping the tiles off. And once it sets up a little bit, we'll go back and actually wipe the grout lines off. Make sure everything's nice and smooth. So, gonna let it set up for about 20, 25, 30 minutes. Come back and finish it off. Alright, Dude's just finishing up here. He's got all the electric wired, so he's putting that plate in. Let's plug it into and see if it works. What do you think?
I think it should work.
Alright, he's going to go back and turn the electric on and find out if it works. You have to make sure you turn your circuit breaker off when you do this. So, alright, he's got the power back on. Let's see what happens. And there you go. Electric finished. Now we're not too worried about this box that's left here. What we're going to do is with that is put more board up, and we'll show you that when we get to it. Alright, Tam is just finishing up the last little bit of the grout. She's done an awesome job. So we're going to let that dry out for a few hours. In the meantime, we'll get that back wall up carefully, and we'll see if we can't get this fireplace back together before sunset. Alright, what Dude's done is he's cut the backboard, and we're going to show you the construction of this, because that backboard's exactly what we did on the floor, just this one lays up. So he's going to lay that up in there and measure it. It looks like it fits perfect in there. So the next thing is that we're going to actually apply our tile down while it's laying down, and then we're going to put it up, and we're going to screw through where the grout will end up going down the road. So we'll have this thing done on the ground and then put it up and screw it in the wall. Alright, so what we're doing here, put a little bit of liquid nail on the back, just made an X pattern square around it. And I've set the two corners in place. Now we're going to space this one. Got my spacer block here. Put it right against the edge. Work it into place. And let that sit up. We'll check over here. And that's perfect. So everything is spaced right. Now we'll go to the next one. Work the same way. A little liquid nail across there. The stuff is great. It holds anything. I know there's a cement you can use for this, but because we were laying this up on the wall, we wanted to try to do something that we know was going to hold it pretty well. So we'll put that tile in, put our spacer plate down, lay that in, square it up, and press it down, move it into place, and we'll just keep going until we get the whole way up. Alright, we've got our leftover grout from the floor. We're just using that up here before we mix some more grout up. Sometimes just putting that in so you don't waste anything. Just pushing that in. It might be a little bit dry, but it's going to work real well. We'll just finish this up and get some more grout mixed and go back to mixing this, and once we get it all done, we'll show you where we're at. Now what we've done is we've put this board with just some screw places so that we can screw it up here, and once we screw it up, then we'll go ahead and finish going back. With the grout, finish the whole thing out. So we're just about done here. Alright, as you can see, we've got a board that's holding that wall up just to keep everything tight for a few minutes. And Tam is finishing out with the grouting on the edges. That's going right over top of our screws. And once she finishes that grouting out, then she'll go back and wipe the grout down, and we'll get the fireplace back in, and we'll be in good shape. Well, there we go. The job is just about finished. Tam is just finishing up a little bit of work with the grout. Got the stove set back in there. Everything looks good. So we're going to leave you with this video. Hope you have a great day. Join us again. This is David Wendell with BushcraftOnFire. And
this is Tam Wendell. Have a great day. See you outside.